So I'm here with Coach Mike, who's going to give everybody just a little bit of background about himself.
I started swimming learned how to swim at Riverside Golf Club when my dad was the coach at Kennewick High School. He taught there. Started swimming really in high school at Marmion with Jim Kelly, my first real coach and one of my best ever. Then swam a couple years at Western Illinois and then finished swimming up at North Central College. Was lucky enough to be with 3 other guys, and we were All-Americans 7 times. And during that time, I was also coaching with Bullets owner Bill Schulz. We started coaching at the Aurora YMCA, I believe in 1987. And then I had a pretty long stint at Hinsdale Swim Club, then Lions Swim Club, and then back home with the Bullets.
Cool. You are a Illinois man through and through all your years of swimming.
Yeah, I look at each swimmer as a puzzle, and I think that all the pieces are there. It's just trying to fit them together the right way. As one of my friends said, he goes, it's like coaching's like a recipe. You get the same ingredients, but how you put them together determines what your final outcome is. But that puzzle, that challenge of trying to figure out what clicks and what doesn't, and how to reach the kids on a level that they can understand, is probably the most gratifying thing there is. But also one of the most frustrating things is because I look for what the kids are capable of doing, and sometimes we have a different opinion on what that level is, and trying to get them to believe that they are as good as they are.
And that's part of what makes it so fulfilling too, is because you have, the struggle, but then you have the breakthrough with the same athlete.
Yeah, but when you get the struggles and those dark days, it's beautiful when the sun shines.
Right.
But you just gotta keep
Sometimes
fighting.
it's the darkest before the dawn.
Right, and as we say, trust the process. And
Yeah.
It's just, you gotta trust in what you're doing and believe in what you're doing. That's probably my favorite word about this whole sport is belief. Because without it, you're lost. You can't do anything.
Yeah, so one thing I should have mentioned earlier is that Mike is the head site coach of the Riverside Brookfield site, and been doing that for a few years now. Would you mind just sharing a little bit about your site and maybe what makes it unique?
Sure. We started, I can't remember, 4 years ago, I think, with our Riverside site. Our uniqueness is our facility. We've got a 6-lane pool with 25 yards, and we strung up the other side with a diving well, 6 lanes of 15 yards. And pretty much every group is going to utilize both sides to make sure we take full advantage of the facilities. I've inherited some great coaches with our 8 and under coaches, Claire Walsh and Jen Smallwood, and the Walker family, Scott and Mel. So I've been really blessed to have people that I can trust with the age groups and their groups that they do, because they know what they're doing. And this year we just brought in Alex Butov, so we've got our little addition there, which is making my life a lot easier as well.
Yeah. You guys talk a lot about that diving well, how it's often just a total blessing in disguise.
Yeah, it's one of those things that our 8 and unders go in there, and I think that, for lack of anything else, I think that's why our 8 and unders can hold together their strokes, even though it's counterintuitive to think that you're only going 15 yards, but their strokes don't break down if they were going that full 25, so they develop really good techniques. And like
they're doing 15 yards really, really well.
Right, and they do it really, really fast too.
Yeah. Cool.
And they transfer into the 50s, no problem.
How has your coaching philosophy changed, or if it has, over the years that you've been coaching? Because how long have you been, quote unquote, a swim coach for? If you want to share.
If I'm saying technically as being paid to just be a coach and not a lifeguard, then it's
sure
29.
I can just edit that in post. It'll be like 15.
And but it's coming up on 30. But I coached some summer league clubs before that. When I was young, I had a tool in my toolbox, and it was a hammer, and that's all I did. And I beat people up, and we trained hard and we trained long. And I know that there was a couple of kids that I had at the Aurora YMCA that their favorite set was 16-100s, and every fourth was an IM order, and we added it up for a 400 IM time for 10-year-olds.
Oh.
It made sense to me at the time because I love the IM, and I love the 4 IM, and they thought it was cool because they were training for an event they'd never even heard of. So it was
Sure.
pretty neat. I think since then I've kind of evolved. I love the science of swimming and the physiology of everything, but I think that I've evolved more. I wouldn't have liked swimming for myself when I first started out because I was kind of, like I said, the guy with the hammer. But the kids responded to it, and they would run through a wall if I told them I was going to get faster. I think nowadays, especially with the technology and dealing against screens and stuff like that, you got to work hard to keep their attention, so to speak.
Yeah, it's
So
like
we
half
use-
the battle at this point.
Right,
really.
right. And so we use a little bit more toys, and we try to, as I've gone through it, I tell my kids, I say, there are times when we have to do 3100s, and because it's physiology that we need to build up. And yes, it can be boring at times, but if it's boring for you, it's boring for me too. So we make sure that when we do that, there's a reason why we're doing it, and there's a purpose why we're doing some things. And I explained to them, I said, we got to do this right, or else we're going to keep doing it. And but I think that I've become more of a communicative person and try to listen to what the kids are trying to tell me, even though some of the times it's not the right things they should be telling me. They get a little misguided, but I like to make sure that, especially as they get older and get into those teenage years, that they learn that it's to take ownership in what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of like, Love Boat, I'm the cruise director. I just kind of offer them things that they can do to get better, but ultimately it's their decisions that are going to lead to their success.
Yeah, and ideally you are shaping them so that you can cast them off into the world as a better person able to make decisions.
Exactly.
Yeah. Favorite top 3 boy bands? Let's hear it.
Oh my gosh. My first boy band that I ever listened to was probably Kiss. Really like them.
Okay.
I did have a brief encounter with some fame of the boy band NSYNC. When I was in Las Vegas, I got to meet Joey Fatone and took some pictures with him.
And you haven't washed your hands since, I'm sure.
Honestly, I was making fun of him because he had red hair and I didn't know who he was. And then when
That's
my
like the
wife
most
saw him-
Mike Lorick thing ever. Just
Right.
start making fun of some
When my
celebrity.
wife took pictures, I took him back to my swimmers, and they're going, "Oh my God, he was just a regular dude." So bye. But third boy band, I don't even know. I think the only one I actually know about is New Kids on the Block because my
Oh,
little sister, all
man.
she did was
Nice.
listen to that when I was growing up, and it was like I kept on doing what was that song, "Hanging Tough." Ooh, it's like I just used to make fun of her with my brother. So those would probably be my 3.
I like it. All over the shop.
Yeah.
One thing also people should probably get to know, you are a dad. You have 4 boys?
I have
How
4 boys.
old are your kids?
Right now it's 16, 12, 9, and 5.
Man, and a dog, right?
And Lily is our girl. That's our girl.
Yeah, that's
We rescued her about a year ago. So.
you and Colleen. That's probably a pretty busy house at this point, I'd have to imagine.
Oh yeah. Lily got skunked last summer, so it keeps everything exciting and busy.
Oof, that's a fun time. All right, Mike, I'm gonna let you go.
All right, thanks a lot,
Mike.
Joe.
Thank you. All right, quick lightning round with Mike on the way to our cars. Favorite Beatles song?
Woke up, got out of bed, drank cold. I don't know what it's called. That's the one. Maybe I went downstairs and drank, looking up.
That one. All right.
one.
If you were a tree, what tree would you be? What is your favorite stroke to coach?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I think breaststroke probably because it's the most artistic of them all, and there's lots of ways to go fast in it.
We have meandered into full darkness now. So one more question. Favorite type of cookie?
I do like the macadamia nut one.
The macadamia nut. You
Yeah.
heard it here first, folks. Thanks, Mike.